Hello and welcome to the conversation live on Lagos Television. We are back here again. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning and welcome. I am Joy Omi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo, and I'm in high spirits.
Is it because it's going to rain today?
It's because Messi is the GOAT.
Messi is what?
Ronaldo
It's the GOAT.
And Ronaldo is
He's a cockroach. I'm looking for trouble.
Okay, I'll reserve my comments. The weather is quite cloudy this morning, and there is every possibility that it's going to rain right here in the city of Lagos. That is not the time for you to start pouring your refuse into drainages and canals in the state. And, you know, the weather will be quite friendly today, but the way you treat the weather or the environment is the way the environment is going to treat you. Like we always say, it is give and take. Adibimpe and Joy, this is the time when some people will choose to block our drainages, our canals with their refuse because it's the raining season.
Yes, when we have this weather, when it's raining, they call it weather for two. Okay.
Or showers of blessings.
Or showers of blessings. This is the
Showers of
time
production.
many people, get down to work. But while you are getting down to work, please, your waste should be disposed properly. Don't use this as an opportunity to litter our roads, our streets, the medians. Please. Ajibola, have you been on 3rd Mainland Bridge while descending and, going towards Bagada?
It's an eyesore.
And, I really like that some council chairmen are taking up the responsibility, like yesterday in Aboike to now the council, the legislative arm of that local council development area. Had a public hearing yesterday to amend the environmental bylaw. And of course, some of the things there, I saw that they're trying to, when passed into law, you will have, there'll be a fine of 50,000 naira if you're living around that LCD Aboike to access. If you don't have a waste bin in front of your house, or if you're caught,
Okay.
disposing
Nice one.
properly.
Anyway, we have the GM Loma. He'll be coming in to, talk more on waste management.
Okay, just before we take our news point, on Monday, we had a discussion on the reforms introduced by the federal government to the NYC scheme, which started in 1953. And then, although it's been denied that the Honorable Minister of Youth Development did not say that Adire is going to replace the khaki uniform of the NYC, probably that is what inspired Adibimpe to be in Adire this morning.
Oh dear.
And Joy is in Ankara.
I was wondering where he was going to with that conversation.
Joy is in Ankara, so they will decide if they are going to use Adire or Ankara for the uniform.
You deny it.
He said he just used it as an example.
It is okay. There's nothing to debunk there. He suggested.
Okay.
It is, yes. He didn't say, okay, this is the way we're going. He suggested. I expected him to own it.
Okay. So I'm also suggesting that if we cannot use Adire, we should use Ankara. Adibimpe is in Adire and Joy is in Ankara. All right, let's take our news point. 2027 elections, 6 legal hurdles before Independent National Electoral Commission. Barely 4 months after the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, unveiled its revised timetable and schedule of activities for the 2027 general elections, the electoral body has become embroiled in a wave of litigation that could reshape the country's next electoral cycle. Under the timetable released on February 26, political parties were required to submit their membership registers between March 24th and April 25th, conclude their primaries by May 31st, while the nomination portal for presidential and National Assembly candidates opened on June 27th and is scheduled to close on July 11th. Governorship and House of Assembly nomination forms are to be submitted between July 18 and August 8, while campaigns for the presidential and National Assembly elections are expected to commence on August 19. INEC is scheduled to publish the final list of presidential and National Assembly candidates on September 12, ahead of the presidential and National Assembly elections slated for January 16, 2027, and the governorship and state houses of assembly election slated for February 6, 2027. However, even as those milestones unfold, at least 6 major cases involving the Independent National Electoral Commission are pending before the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, challenging the Commission's powers, the validity of its election timetable, and the legal status of some political parties in the country. The outcome of the cases is expected to determine not only the extent of INEC administrative powers under the Electoral Act, but also which political parties eventually participate in the 2027 general elections. The Punch highlights the major cases: Youth Party challenging INEC timetable, as well as the SDP contesting nomination deadlines, appeal courts to settle INEC timetable dispute, and those are the cases in court against the Independent National Electoral Commission, as well as the registration of NDC, which is being questioned by the Court of Law. ADC, accord others also battling for their deregistration case at appeal courts in the country. Collectively, the 6 cases have become the first major judicial test of preparations for the 2027 general elections. Before determining the legality of INEC revised timetable, the court are also being asked to pronounce on the scope of Commission's constitutional powers and the continued participation of some political parties in Nigeria's election. With party primaries concluded, the nomination process already underway, presidential campaigns scheduled to commence on August 19, and the presidential election fixed for January 16, 2027. Legal observers say the decisions expected from the appellate courts could significantly influence the conduct of the elections and shape the legal framework within which political parties will contest power in 2027. So that's it. 2027 elections. There are 6 hurdles before INEC in the Court of Law, Federal High Court, Court of Appeal. And earlier, while INEC was giving us the highlights of the budget for the 2027 elections, about 135 billion naira or so was set aside for litigations after elections. And then we are having these 6 legal cases in court before the election. So how INEC intends to survive all of these battles, coming from the opposition, challenging the election timetable, and of course challenging their deregistration and some other issues surrounding these cases in the Court of Law, is what I really do not know. But we'll be wishing INEC well, and we hope the legal department of INEC will do the needful so that at the end of the day, these will not impede the Electoral Commission from being able to concentrate on the business of election before the election proper, which is slated for January 2027, starting with that of the National Assembly and the presidential election.
Talking about affecting the INEC, I'm also looking at the general elections, of course, next year. I hope this will not make INEC, have to adjust the timetable again. We have elections in Osun State, coming up, very soon. And one of the 6 impediments, in front of INEC right now is the last one, ADC, accord others battle the registration of appeal court. And we have the present governor of Osun State who has jumped ship, to accord. And we have elections, they have elections, very soon, just around the corner. If they're still battling all of this, how are they sure that the gubernatorial, the governorship candidate will be able to contest?
Well, it's something Jibola said yesterday. I hope INEC will be independent enough.
So I now take back that issue of the amount that is being set aside for after elections dispute. When I heard, there was a time we had it as one of our news points, and I was saying, how do you know you are going to spend, this much? So I'm taking it back, because even before, there are disputes, not to talk of after. So I'm taking that back, that they might need such amount for litigation.
It's now becoming like a normal thing. Are we not overburdening the courts with election issues, political party issues? Is that what the court is for right now?
Right now, this is the season. you know, it's seasonal. And like our barrister Adebulu said the other day he came that why would lawyers eat now? They must eat, so there will be litigations even before and after election. So this is the season. Yes, now. Oh yeah, take your story. Take your story.
No, mine is Lagos.
Oh, okay. Constituency project, alleged funding suspension throws reps into rowdy session. Proceedings in the House of Representatives turned rowdy on Wednesday as lawmakers clashed over the alleged suspension of funding for zonal intervention, popularly known as constituency projects, amid growing concerns over delays in the implementation of the 2026 budget. The tension followed the consideration of a motion sponsored by the member representing Aba North/Aba South Federal Constituency of Abia State, Alex, please pronounce that word, Ikweche, who decried what he described as poor funding of appropriated budgets and persistent delays in the release of capital funds to ministries, departments and agencies. The motion came on the heels of a constitutional point of order raised by the member representing Okwe, Sapele Uwe, Federal Constituency of Delta State, I beg your pardon, Benedict Etana Bene, who informed the House that he had seen a circular from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation announcing the suspension of funding for zonal intervention projects pending fresh verification requirements. The debate quickly divided the chamber, with lawmakers across party lines expressing frustration over what they described as the slow implementation of projects approved by the National Assembly. Yes, there was a rowdy session yesterday at the House of National Assembly in the House of Reps, and it was about constituency projects.
Well, for me, I'll look at this particular matter in question in two ways. One is that of survival coming from members of House of Reps, because as a member of the Green Chamber of the National Assembly, or as a member of the National Assembly in general, when you go before your people and you're not able to pinpoint at anything or point at anything as your constituency project, it could be transformer, it could be street light, it could be distribution of vehicles. If you are not able to point at anything as your constituency allowance that's you are brought from Abuja for your people to make their life better, then your re-election might be difficult because you have nothing to show as your scorecard.
Exactly.
That's on one side. So that's why they are fighting for the survival of that particular constituency allowance or project not to be removed from the budget. Another issue that they raised is that of the funding of the budget. We saw it at the National Assembly when ministers and MDAs came before the lawmakers to come and defend their budget for the year 2026. So many of them complained that even the budgets that were approved in 2025 were not funded. So it's that they are just coming around the circle in 2026 again to come and defend the budget that they will not be able to access at the end of the day for them to do the needful. So what exactly is happening to our budgeting system is what I really do not know. We are in 2026 now, and we are still running the budget of 2025.
Sometimes, some even 2024.
And yet we are saying that we have been able to save a lot of money from the removal of fuel subsidy, and
our governors are receiving
more money.
More now. And the Iran, Israel, United States of America crisis allowed Nigeria to make so much money. So what are we doing with those funds that we have been able to generate, and why have we not been able to fund the budget as it should be?
I just want to go back to this constituency project. Why are lawmakers whose job is to make laws, why are they now
not to execute projects?
What executive should be doing?
They can influence. They are not the contractors. That is what we have been told.
Anyway,
imagine you are representing the Ikeja Federal Constituency now, and you made some submissions that, okay, we need bridge, we need this, we need that in Ikeja. You are not the contractor that will execute that project.
Okay.
But once you have raised it, they will notify the contractor to come to your constituency, do the general inspection. Then at the end of the day, a certain percentage of the budget will be allocated to your constituency so that that project will see the light of the day.
Anyway, this constituency project should not be stopped. because we can see what. I'm not doing advert for anybody, but I must talk about this. Jimmy Benson in Ikorodu is a member of the House of Representatives, and we can see what he's doing.
I can imagine what I would do as a lawmaker too, because Jimmy is JB and I'm also JB.
What did you say?
It's JB and I'm JB.
Ah, that's true. JB and JB.
Okay. All right.
And not also forgetting the man representing Ikeja Federal Constituency as well, Honorable James Falike. He's also doing a lot.
Yes,
Fantastic.
yes,
Fantastic guy. Yeah. Well done.
Okay, now here in Lagos.
We're coming back home.
I'm coming back home.
Yeah.
What is wrong with my network? Lagos Assembly backs state police advances anti-begging bill. The Lagos State House of Assembly on Wednesday renewed its push for the establishment of a fully autonomous state police, urging state legislators across the country to fast-track approval of the constitutional amendment. The Assembly also advanced a bill to outlaw street begging and related activities in Lagos. The two security-focused measures dominated the plenary as lawmakers argued that decentralized policing and stricter regulations of street begging were critical to addressing rising security concerns across the state. Presiding over the session, Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, described the state police as Nigeria's best opportunity to tackle insecurity, insisting that any constitutional framework establishing the system must grant states operational and administrative independence. He argued that state police would only be effective if state governments were constitutionally empowered. I want to go to responding to concerns that governors could misuse state police for political purposes. The Speaker dismissed the argument as insufficient to derail the reform. He also commended President Bola Tinubu, the National Assembly, and other stakeholders for advancing the constitutional amendment process, describing the current effort as a significant milestone. I want to move over to the bill now. The House simultaneously passed for second reading a bill seeking to prohibit street begging, street urchins and related activities across Lagos, with lawmakers describing the proposed legislation as another important step towards improving public safety. Responding, Honorable Desmond Elliott cautioned against treating poverty as a criminal offense. He says we must give this legislation a human face. There should be rehabilitation centers where those taken off the streets can receive care, support, and opportunities for reform. End of quote. That's from Honorable Elliott there. Another lawmaker, Bonu Solomon, said the Assembly has enacted numerous laws over the years, but often struggled with implementation. And he argued that the bill should address both child and adult begging and also target those who encourage the practice through indiscriminate alms given. It's a long read anyway, but for us here in Lagos, some people will say I don't live in Lagos now, but the Lagos Assembly has backed state police and are also urging other state assemblies to do the same. And of course, again, a bill for the anti-begging bill, you know, to cordon off indiscriminate alms giving at the moment, yeah. And bring
Lagos
sanity on Lagos Street and bring sanity to the streets of Lagos, yeah.
Even though Lagos is quite safe in terms of security, the Lagos State House of Assembly is still doing the needful to ensure that the passage of the bill for the creation of state police is accelerated. I mentioned here on Tuesday or so that it will require 24 state houses of assembly to support that bill before we can actually think with the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended. So it's a good one coming from the State House of Assembly, and then we hope that the remaining 23 would also do the needful and ensure that this bill is signed into law at the end of the day, so that once and all we can tackle the problem of insecurity facing Nigeria. Those in Lagos are not aware of what is happening in some other states. People can barely sleep with their two eyes closed, even in Oyo State there. I wonder why Adebimpe is not going to Oyo State now. She's from Oyo State.
Ajimola, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Okay, let's take our final news point. Still on security, Defense Minister commissions security vehicles, orders troops to shoot terrorists on sight. Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, on Monday, commissioned 62 operational vehicles 320 motorcycles, and other high-tech security equipment valued at 27.6 billion procured by the Sokoto state government to strengthen the fight against insecurity. The security assets include operational vehicles, Buffalo armored personnel carriers, bullet-resistant vehicles, motorcycles, bulletproof helmet and vests, night vision devices, and other security gadgets. Addressing security personnel, Musa said troops deployed to operational areas have a responsibility to confront criminal elements immediately without waiting for further directives. I want to reiterate this to all members of the armed forces and security forces. Once you are deployed, do not wait for any order from anybody to shoot any bandits or terrorists. What say you to this?
Yes, I like this. You know, a lot has been said that, you know, government is not doing enough, you know, that it's like they are also protecting these bandits. I also saw something about the suspension of, you know, this repentant terrorists.
And absorbing them back into the society.
Yes, that they should scrap that law or whatever, that it's not helping us. Yeah, I like what the defense minister said. Yes, anybody, all the soldiers, they do not need any instruction to shoot. So he has given them the free hand.
Yeah, good one.
Are you worried?
Well,
Joy doesn't agree with it. So that they will not go and be shooting people indiscriminately and say, oh, they thought he was a terrorist. Yeah.
What? There's a flip
Anyway,
side
that's it on insecurity coming from the Lagos State House of Assembly as well as the Honorable Minister of Defense. Let's go to the X platform now and see what is trending. So many things trending today. Brazil, Ronaldo, Messi, Egypt. But we have decided to stay with the presidential candidate of the NDC, Peter Obi, who is here alleging that he's been frustrated by the ruling party, APC, and is praying to be alive before 2027. Of course, this has been countered by the ruling party, which is the APC. And, you know, quite a number of allegations coming from Peter Obi saying that the ruling party is trying to frustrate his ambition, and now they are using the powers of the federal government to oppress him, to suppress him. But for me, there is a particular part that caught my attention where he raised an allegation that it seemed to be the target of the federal government. There was a day he wrongfully parked at the airport, and his vehicle was
impounded.
seized.
Yeah.
Was impounded. Yeah, it was impounded. And in my mind, if you are parked somewhere wrongfully, what do you expect them to do?
You broke the law.
You broke the law, and you want to become the president of Nigeria.
Preferential treatment. Because he was
you are
asking them, he said, don't you know it is me, Obi?
Even if it is you.
And the one that you are
even if you are the president, the law is the law.
Other cars parked illegally.
So
and they came to lock his own car.
the more reason why.
It's not about you.
You should
show
give
good
him
example.
presidential treatment. That is what he's saying. He's a presidential candidate of the NDC. So you cannot treat him like a common man.
I don't want to talk too much. MBC. I don't want to talk too much. I just want to say one thing. You're a Nigerian, whether you're a presidential candidate, whether you are.
But we have VIPs in the country.
Whether
we
you
have
are
VIPs that
an
have been
office
paid.
holder.
Nobody should be above the law.
Nobody should.
We have
be
VIPs in the country.
above the law. And when they catch you,
when you
don't
get to
say
the airport,
other people,
I'm not
because
treated the same way
before.
Obi is treated. When you get to the airport, the same way is treated is not the way I will be treated. Yeah.
I don't agree with that too. It shouldn't be like that.
Adebipe, you've been to the airport a couple of times, you know.
They have VIP section for.
Yes, and that's where they will stay. They will not be on the queue like us.
One thing I just don't like that. I don't know why he's always playing this pity party game. You know, it's about me. And when I read that one of it, oh, maybe he will be dead before the. I said, hey, this man always playing.
He likes to trend. He likes to
now?
trend.
Why?
He likes to trend because another election is around the corner, so he's trying to do everything possible
To
so that
the emotions of
you
people.
Nigerians can actually give him that vote of sympathy for him to become the president of Nigeria come 2027.
Is this how you want to govern? Is this how you want to rule this country? It's complex enough. And you're now playing pity party, playing the victim. Okay, you have to sharpen up. Oh.
So that's it. Go on the X platform and read more on why Obi, the presidential candidate of the NDC, is trending today. We'll take a very quick break on the program. When we come back, I really did not know why I'm being asked to discuss this. It should be for Adebimpe and Joy anyway. The Beauty Nigeria Expo.
Don't you rub powder before you come on?
Don't you rub cream?
Don't you rub cream? Don't you put
I
on lip gloss?
I don't apply cream on my body.
But you put on
don't.
powder
Orinko.
and lip
I
gloss
don't.
when you're coming on air.
I use eye cream.
It's part of it.
So we'll be looking at
Take it.
Beauty Nigeria Expo. It started yesterday right here in the premises of Lagos Television. And it's a combined effort of exhibitors from Nigeria and Ghana. I'm sure you want to know what the expo is all about. That will be after this break on The Conversation.